Okay, hey everybody, how are you? It's Chef Eric, kitchen tutor, and I am your culinary coach. So we had sliced up a whole bunch of onions, julienne them for some caramelized onions, or sliced them against the grain for caramelized onions a little bit ago in another tutorial. Today what we're going to be doing is caramelizing those onions. So right now I've added a little bit of vegetable oil or blended regular oil into my pan. I'm going to turn it on to a medium high heat. All right, so we've got that in our pan. We've got our burner on, just turned up to a medium high heat. I'm going to let it get hot. Meanwhile, I'm going to grab my onions. We've got our onions here. I'm just going to give them a good shake and make sure that they're all kind of loosened up. All right, so and then we also need a wooden utensil is best because we have I'm using a ceramic pan. You can use anything. You can use aluminum, stainless steel, the new graphite pans, any of that stuff will be just fine. Really what you're looking for is you're looking for just a little bit of oil on the bottom, a little skim. All right, and then the other thing that's really important is a lesson that I'll keep teaching is understanding when to put your product in the pan, understanding when it's hot enough or too hot or not, making sure it's hot enough. So what I do is I do a 4 count, and that means that I'm gonna turn that down just a touch because I think it's getting a little hot. So I've got my flame, I think you can see it. All right, so it's about a medium high. All right, turn it down just a touch more. So what I want to do is I want to be able to hold my hand over the center of this pan, and I want to be able to count to a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 count. And I want to be able to know that if my hand is over the pan and I can count to 5 or 6 or 7, that's not hot enough. If I put my hand over the pan in the center as it is, and I can only count to 3, then it's too hot. Okay, so here I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I'm getting ready. You can feel it in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's perfect. We're right there. Here we go. I'm gonna drop the heat just a touch. And now what's the most important thing you do when you're cooking? You wanna hear it, right? So you gotta hear it. Excuse my shadow. I'll be out of the way there. So here you go. You can hear it. You gotta be able to hear the onions and the sizzle. Sizzle is what's most important when you're cooking, okay? So now you can hear that sizzle, and you can see that I've added all of these onions. I've added roughly, probably 3/4 or so of onion sliced for a caramelized onion. So we'll be doing a lot of different things with these onions, actually. I'll be turning some of them into a chutney, and then some of them will just be pulled and turned into, for caramelized onions for a potato side that we're doing for our party. Okay, so now we've got them in the pan. Now what, Chef? Well, now we're just gonna kind of let it cook and take our time with it. So I'm gonna turn the heat back up, and then want that oil to get hot where it's smoked for 2 reasons. One is if it smokes, it gets an acrid flavor, and also it becomes more dangerous. Safety first. Okay, so I've got a little bit of extra onions in here than I probably should, but due to the size of the pans I have and utilization of product, we're just fine. This is what we do, right? So it's just gonna take a little longer. The whole step into caramelizing onions, we don't do any sugar or any of that stuff. This is natural caramelization of the onion. We're gonna take the natural sugars that are in the onion, we're going to pull them out, and that's what's going to give that flavor, and that caramelization is also the color that you'll get. So you're not going to get sweet, they'll sweeten up a little bit. These are yellow onions, and they'll sweeten up a little bit, but not getting sweet like as a candy would. So they're not going to have sugar added. So, but when I make a chutney, we will add sugar, but let's not get too far of ourselves. All right, we're going to let that sit for a little bit, and I'll be back.